Fighters touch gloves. So Johnny Cisneros is officially a pro fighter now.
Now we really want to watch out. I think Kenny's going to have to watch out for the overhand right and the left hook of Johnny Cisneros.
Big overhand right.
And now that I think about it, I want to say this is probably one of the first times I've seen Johnny fight someone shorter. So a lot of the threats that he normally possesses are going to be the opposite.
Well, Kenny Quach is such a stocky fighter, and he moves well. He has a lot of energy. Now, what happened in the last bout against Dante Stubbs, and he said it in the post-fight interview that you did, he blew his wad in the first round.
Yeah, he blew his wad, but he still kept coming the whole fight.
Right. It was just the punch output didn't keep coming.
Nice barrage by Kenny.
Quach getting him in the corner.
I feel like Johnny is trying to let him maybe just blow his load a little bit. But he's eating some good shots to the body, Cisneros is.
One thing I'd like to see more from Johnny Cisneros, I know this is just the first couple of minutes of his pro debut, he's got to hold his hands higher.
Yeah, and it's different. Two guys coming from MMA backgrounds. MMA fighters, we don't throw this many punches. It's a lot of punches for us. Our output is a lot different from boxing. So that's probably why you would see these guys get a little bit more tired than normal.
Oh, man.
Johnny's putting it on him, but all power shots. With this boxing game, it takes a little longer. So you got to set up your strikes, use some jabs, use some feints. And, Kenny Quach isn't going to be a punk. You're not going to punk him. He's going to keep coming forward. So power isn't going to be the main stake for Johnny to win this fight.
And Quach has had that sneaky overhand right that has rocked that's rocked Johnny Cisneros twice.
Nice leaping left hook by Kenny Quach. Great round one, a lot of action.
I would think both fighters, if they're not used to throwing the punches, as Curtis has told us, have got to be just thinking to themselves right now, what have I got myself in there with this boxing stuff?
Where are my 4-ounce gloves?
Ladies and gentlemen, to get a chance, visit some of our vendors who are scattered throughout the event center this evening. One of those out there, stop by Cannabis. Yeah, that's CBD, sports nutrition, formulated to help you recover faster so you can be the best version of you. CBD protein powder, BCAAs, high potency recovery sprays, pills, muscle relief, rubs, and more. Come and grab a CBD alkaline water to prevent the hangover after tonight.
Look at Peter's question.
And they come out again right now, fighting like they're in a phone booth. Once again, my name is Evan Jacobs, here with my partner, Curtis, the Courteous One Millender. Soca Fights presents the Garden Casino Fight Night, live from the event center at the Gardens Casino in beautiful Hawaiian Gardens, California. You are watching super middleweights in the discipline of boxing. Johnny Cisneros from Laguna Niguel taking on Kenny Quach from Santa Ana. Quach in the blue trunks and Cisneros in the black.
And you can just see the punch count. It's the punches are definitely, they look like they're powerful. There's no speed, there's no pop, there's no snap on the punches anymore.
Well, it seems like when Cisneros extends his arms and can get distance between them, he can really neutralize Quach. When Quach can pull his way in, Cisneros is sort of open to be hit on the inside.
Yeah, it looks like he's using his range a lot better now. So that's what he has to do. He has to pop that jab there. You see him switching stances a little bit, trying to confuse Kenny a little bit. Nice shot to the body, followed by that lead left hook. He's throwing it every time Johnny throws that uppercut and he stuffs it. He throws that lead left hook right after.
And based on what you had said, given Cisneros' game plan, he hasn't found that eyeball yet on Kenny Quach.
Nah, he hasn't. He's looking for it. Just found the belly button, though. That was a nice body shot by Johnny Cisneros. Nice.
And Cisneros keeping his arms low. He knows that Kenny Quach is also new to boxing.
Yeah.
So that may not be something he would do against a fighter that was his only discipline.
Yeah, not. And and another thing, Johnny is letting him is eating a lot of these shots. They're not 4-ounce gloves, so we can eat a little bit more than we would like to.
Curtis, that is such a good point. These guys are used to fighting with kind of having nothing on their fists compared to what they have tonight.
Yeah. This is a luxury. This is definitely a luxury. I mean, it's not a luxury that feels too much better, but I'll take a 10-ounce to the face than a 4-ounce any day.
And that was once again a pretty even, I feel, second round. Curtis, would you agree with that, or do you think that one fighter had the edge?
I'm still calling it even. I'm still leaning more towards the Kenny Quach, just since he's landing the cleaner, harder shots. But I think it's still up in the air. I'm not a judge. I probably should be. All fighters should be judges when they retire. But
that's a really good point.
But definitely leaning towards more of the Kenny Quach side.
And the third round with Johnny Cisneros in the black trunks, Kenny Quach in the blue trunks. They are engaging in a 4-round super middleweight bout. This is Johnny Cisneros' pro debut. This is Kenny Quach's second fight in the discipline of boxing. Once again, we are coming to you live from the Garden Casino Fight Night from the Event Center in beautiful Hawaiian Gardens, California. This event is presented to you by Soka Fights. My name is Evan Jacobs. With me is my erstwhile partner, Curtis, the Courteous One, Millender.
And it looked like Johnny was doing exactly what he needs to be doing to win this fight. He's setting up the range, and now he just let it collapse. As soon as Kenny throws those big shots, he lets the distance collapse, and he ends up on the rope eating big shots. He has to maintain that distance, being a longer, stronger fighter.
And that is Quach timing that, though. That's Quach seeing that output and timing it. And, I give Quach credit. He presents himself as being a little different, but he is a student of combat sports.
Yeah. And just training at the camp where he trains at with Nam Pham, who's a really good boxer and MMA fighter in his own right. Both guys coming from great camps. It's just gonna be one of those things we just have to see. When that fourth round starts, who wants it more?
What I think is also interesting for the viewing public at home is watching this bout from this angle. Does it look like Johnny Cisneros is putting on a boxing clinic? Does it look like the aggression of Kenny Quach is ruling this bout? I'm wondering if some of the people out there in Facebook land can let us know.
Ten seconds.
You know, I give that third round to Johnny Cisneros.
Yeah, I do feel like he came and got it, but I feel like this next round, he definitely needs a finish. If he wants to win and steal this, he needs a finish.
This is coming up, the fourth and final round. Once this is over, Johnny Cisneros' pro record or pro debut will be in the books. How many rounds are in this one? Fighters coming out for the fourth and final round.
Ladies and
Johnny
gentlemen,
Cisneros.
let's make some noise in here. This is the fourth and final round.
Cisneros practically ran out for this fourth round. There's Kenny Quach.
It looks like it could potentially be some fireworks here in this fourth and final round. Kenny just landed another one of those big right hands.
Yeah, he became very close to before that landing another big right hand. But you know what? I give both fighters credit. They are both fresh in this fourth round, and they've thrown a lot of punches.
Now, Johnny's landing that real sneaky uppercut right up the middle every time.
Once again, Soka Fights presents the Garden Casino Fight Night live from the event center at the Garden Casino in the Hawaiian Gardens, California. Cisneros is in the black trunks. Quach is in the blue and white. And these guys have been on each other the entire fight. You have Kenny Quach landing against the ropes. This kind of reminds me of when Brooke Cooper fought Michael Moore in the first round. Brooke Cooper just jumped on him and got knocked down for his effort.
I tell you what, Kenny Quach is one tough dude. He's a lot of shots, but he continue to come forward. You don't punk him, you don't scare him, you don't hurt him. Nice body shot.
He truly seems to me like he is not afraid or daunted or in awe of anybody.
You know, and that can either be a gift or a curse when it comes to the fight game.
True.
You know, one of my coaches always tells me, you know, whoever you're fighting, you think of them like you're fighting Zeus. Like he is the almighty, and you have to prepare yourself 100% to go out there and to get that win.
Oh,
Nice left hook.
just like you were talking, he caught him with that lead left. And Curtis, that's the thing. That's the discipline that you speak of. No matter who you're fighting, to look at them like they are the stuff of myth, so that you can elevate yourself to also be the stuff of myth.
Exactly.
Tell your coach I like that.
I will definitely do so.
What an end to this bout.
Great fight. Great fight.
You know, we're talking a lot about the fighters. They deserve the credit. But let's also thank a guy named Mel Valenzuela. because he put these bouts together. It's been a very entertaining card so far. We're 2 fights in. There's an electricity in the room. And I've been working with Fight Club OC, Circa Fights, about 10 years now. And thankfully, I've been able to go to a lot of fights too. You can tell when things kind of simmer down. It is not simmered down enough.
It's not. The energy levels are really high in here. If you're local, you need to get here now. Get here. We still got 3 fights.
Or at least tuning in live on Facebook. We got Tristan Ducross, Michael Borgato, Juan DeLeon. Thank you for all tuning in. Please share these links and tell your friends.
Kenny brought it tonight. I didn't expect that to be a contest.
Do you think you can?
I don't know. I don't know. He won that last round, maybe. It could have gone 2-2, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the scorecard, how about a big round of applause for both of our fighters? 2 MMA guys fighting. One making his boxing debut this evening. We go to the cards for our decision, and all 3 judges, Michael Bell, Luis Cobian, and David Denkin, are all in agreement. All 3 cards by scores of 38-38. We have a draw.
Whoa. People are not happy with that. Johnny Cisneros in his pro debut.
You might notice what's happening here when fans of Roy Engelbrecht Promotion shows like what they see. They tend to throw money into the ring, which is split between the fighters. Give it up one more time for Kenny Quach and Johnny Cisneros.